Hello, it's Amin another time, and I'm back for the third episode of this series of Python programming. And now we will go through the if, for, and loop statements. Last time we have done some basic concepts of Python programming, and now we will go more into those statements, those basic statements. The first one is if statements. For example, let's say you enter an integer here. Let's say it's 24. You have this function which is input, which allows you to, and this is the message of your input here. And this is actually to take the integer of the input. You can just even take dot 0 and it will take the integer. So this one in here, we will take this value and we will give it. Okay, so it doesn't take this kind of value, dot 0, so it's mostly fine. So we'll take the 24. So we'll take x will be equal to 24, and we will evaluate this x. This is what this if statement is doing in here. So it's evaluating x. So in here we see if this x we have is smaller than 0, it's less than 0. If it's the case, we'll put x is equal to 0 and we'll print negative change to 0. If x is equal to 0, this is what is this equal. So those are like conditions. And if statements are like for conditions. So, and this one, it means like else if. We have like if, else, if, else. Later on we'll see it, else, and we will we go through these conditions and we apply. So else if x equal to 0, we print 0. Else if x equal to 1, we will print single. Else we'll print more. So if we run this, they will say it's more. So let's say here we will type minus 14, and here they will tell okay, negative change to 0. Let's say here we'll type 1. They will say okay, single. So this is how basically those if statements work. For the for statements, we do them for looping over the list. Like if you remember, we have this list from the concepts of list, Python list, and there are some lists of words. So here we can go for each word in here, like for word in words, like for W, like for word in words, we'll print the word and we'll print the length of the word, length of W, and you will see here it will be like cut 3, window 6, and definitely straight 12. So it's for looping over this word list. There is another function that is called the range function. Let's say we take for I in range 5. So what this is doing is it will go from 0 till for the, it will actually in here you see that there are 5 elements. So range of 5 gives us 5 elements, and it will start at 0 and stop at this number minus 1. If we say go, okay, we'll go, this is something that we use pretty much in programming. Actually, instead of going this through this word list with W in words, we'll go through the range of len. We have like, for example, len of A equal to 5. So it will give us range of len of A, it's range 5, so it will go to range 5, and here it will print I, the I, so it's this I here from 0 to 4, and it will print A of I. So what is A of 0? For example, if you remember the concept of accessing the list from the previous video, it will access this malware. So we will have this I and this value in here. So that's what's happening. 0 Mary, 1 had, 2 A, 3 little, 4 lamb. Next will be like print the range of 10. Range of 10 is an object of type range. So you can also like have range actually has 3 parameters, like the start, the next, the end, and the step. Let's say we start at 1, we finish at 10. Instead of starting at 0, we finish at 10, but with step 2. Here, for example, if we do it here, let's say here we'll do 0 len 2. Here we can see that he will do steps of 2. So that's what's happening. This is the step. This is like start, end, step. Sum of range, there is a function that is sum, so we can sum the range of 4. It's like 0 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, and it will give us 6. List of range, it will give us the list of this range, and this range it's a concept that is an iterator, so we will see it later on also on this course. We'll really go into everything, try to do everything in this course. So here we have more on loop statements. We have break and continue, also else clauses. Here we have also an else clause for the loop statements. So let's say here we will see, so okay, we will go for n in range 2, 10. Okay, we start at 2, and we end up at 10. Here, like this is for n. We can have also nested loops. So we have 2 loops. Here we have, so this n go for 2 to 10, and this x, say like this, x goes from 2 to n. So if n is equal to 2, x from 2 to 2, it's x equal 2, n equal 3, it will go from 2 to 3, and when n equal 10, x will go from 2 to 10. So if n module x equal 0, like let's say what we do here, okay, we have n equal 5, an example, for example, n equal 5, x will go from 2 till 5. And what we do here, what we say, this n modulo x equals 0, what does it imply, this kind of condition? It means that n is divisible by x. So if this guy is divisible by x, okay, we will print, okay, n equals to x times n by x. So because it is divisible, so that's completely correct. And we will break. So we have it's like just to let you know what does this program does. It's like primarity. It's like prime number detection, or yeah, if it says like if prime number printing. Let's say, since we are printing that. So here we are printing all the numbers that are prime numbers from 2 to 10. So what we say, it's each time we'll from those two from the numbers from 2 to 10, or from 2 to 9, since we will stop at 9. We'll see actually which of those numbers are prime or not. Actually, if they are divisible, by just one number between the first between 2 and 5, or between 2 and n, well, they are not prime anymore, because primes are numbers that are divisible by either themselves or by 1. So here we say it's if, okay, equals to 0, we'll say this, and and this is the case where it's not prime. Else, like if we have this, we'll say for this, okay, and of course we break every time, we'll break. And actually what this else does is, if we didn't hit this break button in here, if we didn't break it, well, we will say, okay, we have found a prime number, and that's what's happening. So 2 is prime, 3 is prime, 4 equals 2 times 2, but it's not prime. 5 is prime, 6 is not prime, 7 is prime, 8 not prime, 9 not prime. So that's basically it, and this is also useful for like programming and programming exercises. Another one can be, we have here the else, keyword. Here we have the continue. Here the continue, let's say here we will go, okay, let's say this program will find the numbers that are even numbers. If he finds even number, he will say it. If he finds odd number, it will say it. The thing here is, this is also that's why modulo is so useful in computer science, because we use it a lot. So if we have the division by 2, it gives us 0, so the remainder is 0, so it's an odd number, an even number. Let's say here why we do this continue. So when we go through this if num equal to 0, number equal to if the number is even, okay, we'll say continue. What does continue mean? If is you go back to the loop. You don't continue actually here. You continue for the next iteration. You don't execute the code that is here. So go to the next iteration of the loop, or continue executing the loop with the next iteration. Since if we didn't specify this continue here, he will say, okay, this number is, he will print this and this, but because of this continue, he won't print this unless this code doesn't go through this if. So here we can see that it will say, okay, it will say even, odd, even, odd, even, odd. So that's totally fine. Next one is the pass statements. Pass statements are statements that are used as placeholders. We can do it for the while. If we do it for while, the program will stop in here. Like, okay, I have to stop my whole program so I can do something, so we have to stop it. We have to interrupt it. They can also be placeholders for classes. If we will see the concepts of class later on. It's like you want, it's an empty class, you want to just save, you have an idea about implementing a class and you don't want to do it now, so you just save the place for it and you say pass. And it's the same thing for a function that we will see just after this course, and this will be after this video it will be about functions. And here we'll use it as a placeholder to say, okay, here I will just wait or just save the place for this function. I will come to write it later on. So thank you for watching this video, and hope you understood. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and please help this channel get at least 20,000 subscribers already. It means a lot for me and for us, and it helps me really do some great content. Thank you.